Proprioceptive Neuromuscular Facilitation, PNF, is an advanced form of flexibility training, which involves both the stretching and contracting of the muscle group being targeted. PNF stretching is one of the most effective forms of stretching for improving flexibility and increasing range of motion. This video explores the benefits, precautions, and routines of PNF stretching. PNF Stretching 101. PNF stretching was originally developed as a form of rehabilitation, and to that effect, it's very effective. It's also excellent for targeting specific muscle groups, as well as increasing flexibility. It also improves muscular strength. In its infancy, PNF, and stretching in general, had very little research outside of personal training and athletic work. Nowadays, many scientific studies back the benefits of PNF stretching, such as one statement from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Researching stating, results of this study demonstrated that the increase in ROM is significantly greater after PNF stretching than after static stretching for hamstring muscles. Another such examination of this flexibility training is quoted as, PNF stretching is positioned in the literature as the most effective stretching technique when the aim is to increase ROM, particularly in respect to short-term changes in ROM. With due consideration of the heterogeneity across the applied PNF stretching research, a summary of these findings suggests that an active PNF stretching technique achieves the greatest gains in ROM, e.g., utilizing a shortening contraction of the opposing muscle to place the target muscle on stretch, followed by a static contraction of the target muscle. The Research Quarterly for Exercise and Sport said this about PNF stretching. It was concluded that the proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation techniques, i.e. CR and CRAC, were more effective than the static stretching method for increasing ROM for both hip flexion and shoulder extension for both sexes. PNF Precautions. Certain precautions need to be taken when performing PNF stretches, as they can put added stress on the targeted muscle group, which can increase the risk of soft tissue injury. One such precaution is to aim for a stretch intensity and contraction force of no more than about 5 or 6 out of 10. This follows the same for smaller muscle groups, where less is more when it comes to stretching intensity. We'd also like to mention that it's important to do a warm-up prior to any stretching activity. Performing a PNF stretch. Want to try PNF stretching? Here's how it's done. To begin, the muscle group to be stretched is positioned so that the muscles are stretched and under tension. Next, the individual contracts the stretched muscle group for 5 to 6 seconds, while a partner, or immovable object, applies sufficient resistance to inhibit movement. Please note, the effort of contraction should be relevant to the level of conditioning and the muscle group you're targeting. Finally, the contracted muscle group is then relaxed and a controlled stretch is applied for about 20 to 30 seconds. The muscle group is then allowed 30 seconds to recover, and the process is repeated 2 to 4 times. Follow this and you'll soon experience the many benefits that come from greater freedom of movement and performance. Do you want more PNF stretches? Discover how to take your flexibility to the next level with the advanced stretching techniques from the Ultimate Guide to Stretching and Flexibility. This course covers everything you need to know to get a deeper, more targeted stretch. Claim your copy of the Ultimate Guide to Stretching and Flexibility on stretchcoach.com today and discover how to get loose, limber, and pain-free in less than 10 minutes a day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.